A very good afternoon and welcome to NTV News. I'm Siksha Sharma. Let's take a look into the headlines first. 16th Republic Day being marked today. Tikapur incident convict Resham Chaudhary released from prison following amnesty. Budget for new fiscal year to be unveiled today. Budget to remain within the ceiling of 1.688 trillion rupees. At least 40 militants killed in a crackdown in Manipur of India. Huge security personnel deployed to put down ongoing ethnic unrest in the state. And CAN announces 16-member squad for the ICC Cricket World Cup qualifiers being held in Zimbabwe next month. Welcome back to NTV News, taking a look into news in detail now. Nepal today is celebrating the 16th year of the establishment of republicanism in the country. The historic day marks when Nepal transitions itself from centuries of monarchical system to the Federal Democratic Republic. The People's Movement, jointly launched by major political parties and the then CP and Maoist, established Federal Democratic Republic system in the country. Following the success of the People's Uprising in 2006, the first elected Constituent Assembly's first meeting on May 28, 2008, declared Federal Democratic Republic of Nepal. The announcement of the Federal Republic not only formally abolished the 200-plus years old monarchy, but also paved a way for radical shift in governance from unitary to federal system. Every year, Date 15 of the Nepali calendar is marked as a Republic Day, celebrating the establishment of Federal Democratic Republic governance system in Nepal. Meanwhile, a special function was organized in the morning today at Nepal Army Pavilion in Turikil, marking the 16th Republic Day. President Ramchandra Patel, Vice President Ram Sahai Prasad Yadav, Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal, Acting Chief Justice Hari Krishna Karki, Speaker Devraj Kimire, National Assembly Chairperson Ganesh Prasad Timasena, and Deputy Prime Minister Duvo Purnamadur Khadka and Naran Kaji Shrestha were also present on the occasion. Addressing the ceremony, Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal said the present government is working to institutionalize the political changes achieved through the great struggle and sacrifices of the people, saying that development of democracy is possible within the democracy. The Prime Minister said transforming the country from a least developed to a developing one, to developing and developed one is the priority of the government. On the occasion, aerial shower of flower petals and display of banners describing Republic Day 2080 was undertaken. Traditional cultural processions of Kathmandu, Bhaktapur and Lalitpur areas were performed. The Nepal Army, Nepal Police and Armed Police Force also performed March Pass on the occasion. The function special program was organized at the Nepal Army Pavilion, marking the 16th Republic Day. Today, President Ramchandra Patel, Vice President Ram Sahai Prasad Yadav, Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal, Acting Chief Justice, Speaker, the National Assembly Chair, Deputy Prime Ministers Duvo, Ministers, high-ranking government officials, chiefs of constitutional bodies were present on the occasion. Nepal Army and other security bodies organized a march pass on the occasion. The special program marking the Republic Day 2080 held this morning at the Nepal Army Pavilion in Turikil. Meanwhile, Resham Chaudhary, the leader of Nagarik Unmukti Party, has been released from prison after President Ramchandra Patel granted him amnesty. Chaudhary, who was serving jail term since the past 8 years, was released from prison, marking the Republic Day today. The Nagarik Unmukti Party leader was imprisoned after he was convicted of his involvement in an incident of violence that broke out in course of the Tharuhat Tharuan movement in Tikapur of Koilali on August 24, 2015, in which 7 security personnel and a minor were killed. At the recommendation of the government, President Ramchandra Patel pardoned 482 prisoners on the occasion of Republic Day. Marking the Republic Day, Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal planted the vegetable saplings in the premises of Prime Minister's official residence in Balbatar this morning. Prime Minister Dahal planted saplings of cauliflower, cucumber, sponge gourd, bitter gourd, pumpkin, chili, beans, eggplant, among others, as part of vegetable farming launch coinciding with the Republic Day 2080. Prime Minister Dahal on the occasion said his emphasis would be to make agricultural sector more managed, adding that the agriculture is the main backbone of economy. The Prime Minister further said prosperity can be attained only by giving priority to the agriculture sector. And let's take a look into a short break here. More news follows up next. Do stay with us. Welcome back to NTV News. Towards other development, the government is presenting the estimated revenue and expenditure for the upcoming fiscal year 2023-24. Finance Minister Dr. Prakash Charan Mahathir is scheduled to make public the budget estimation at a joint meeting of the Federal Parliament today at 4:15 p.m. It is said the budget this year will be laying emphasis on increasing internal productivity, employment generation and replacing import of goods. The budget will be focused on overall economic development of the country and therefore shall prioritize economic governance and recovery measures. The National Planning Commission had allotted a budget ceiling of 1.688 trillion rupees for the upcoming fiscal year. According to the Commission, the budget estimate was derived based on the study of emerging economic challenges and the economic indicators. Today marks the 70 years since humans first successfully reached the peak of Mount Everest, the highest mountain of the world. Nepali summiter Tenzing Norgay Sherpa and New Zealand summiter Edmund Hillary had scaled the Mount Everest at 11:30 a.m. on May 29, 1953. The expedition made the two men household names around the world. Hundreds now climb the 8,848.86 meter peak every year. This season, the government had issued a record 478 Everest climbing permits, which means there will be over 1,500 people on the mountain, including the support staff. Taking you to the international front towards India, where dozens of rebel fighters have been killed in clashes with security forces in India's remote northeastern state of Manipur. The state has been on edge since the explosion of inter-ethnic violence on May 3rd between tribal groups and the ethnic majority Meitei people over plans to extend economic quotas to the Meitei. On Sunday, Chief Minister N. Biren Singh told the reporters at least 40 fighters had been killed in a crackdown by security forces. Mobile internet in the area has been cut for weeks while thousands were displaced. And let's take a look into yet another break. Stay with us for more updates. Welcome back. You are watching NTV News. Towards more international updates, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has won re-election according to the country's Supreme Election Council and unofficial data from the state-run Anadolu agency in a tense runoff after he failed to secure more than 50% of votes required for an outright victory in the first round on May the 14th. With almost all of the votes counted, Erdogan received 52.14% of votes in the second round on Sunday, beating his challenger Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu, who won 47.86%. The vote seals Erdogan's place in history as he extends his 20-year rule for a further 5 years. U.S. President Joe Biden has said a bipartisan deal to raise the U.S. debt ceiling and avert a fast-approaching default is ready to move to Congress. He said on Sunday the agreement was a compromise, while Republican House Speaker Kevin McCarthy earlier called it worthy of the American people. They must now convince members of Congress to approve it. The Treasury had warned the U.S. will run out of money on 5th of June without a deal. And let's take a look into what's coming up next. Time for sports update. Cricket Cricket Association of Nepal (CAN) has announced a 16-member squad for the ICC Cricket World Cup qualifiers being held in Zimbabwe next month. Captain Rohit Paudel will lead the team that consists of Kushal Bhurtel, Asif Sheikh, Gyanendra Malla, Kushal Malla, Arif Sheikh, Dipendra Singh Airi, Gulshan Jha, Sompal Kami, Karan Kesi, Sandeep Lamichhane, Bhim Sarki, Lalit Rajvangshi and Pratish Jesi. Arjun Sawad and Kishore Mahato have made comeback to national team. Nepal are placed in Group A along with host Zimbabwe, West Indies, Netherlands and the USA. Nepal, that have lately showcased its brilliant form, had lost only one out of their last 18 games and qualified for the ICC World Cup qualifiers as well as the Asia Cup. The Nepali squad, meanwhile, is heading to Zimbabwe on Wednesday to participate in the event. The qualifiers will begin from 18th June with the final set to take place on 9th of July. Nepal lost to Malaysia in the first of 5 matches on the women's T20I bilateral series held today. In the match held this morning at the Cricket Oval, Bangi of Malaysia, the host women won over Nepal by 5 wickets after Malaysia chose to field after winning the toss. It bundled out Nepal in 16.5 overs for 50 runs. Later, the team met the target with 40 balls remaining. The 14-member Nepali squad is playing 5-match T20I series against Malaysia's national women's cricket team. The final T20I match will be played on June the 4th. And this brings us to the end of the bulletin. To wrap up, a quick reminder of the top stories so far. 16th Republic Day being marked today. Tikapur incident convict Resham Chaudhary released from prison following amnesty. Budget for the new fiscal year to be unveiled today. Budget to remain within the ceiling of 1.688 trillion rupees. At least 40 militants killed in a crackdown in Manipur of India. Huge security personnel deployed to put down ongoing ethnic unrest in the state. And CAN announces 16-member squad for the ICC Cricket World Cup qualifiers being held in Zimbabwe next month. That's all for now. We'll be back with another news bulletin in Nepali at 1 o'clock, and our next English news will bring you right at 6 in the evening. Keep watching Nepal television. Have a great day. Namaste.